architecture project with the SciTech Grade 7 working on. To briefly summarize this project, you were to create a house either based off of a scenario you were given or freestyle using the application's floor planner or SketchUp.
This project has started 7 years ago by Mr. Porter, and ever since it has won many awards, such as the Arts Award.
This project has expanded from Mr. Porter's art class to SciTech stream. So now let's take a look at some of the work done by the grade 7s for this project.
Now we have here from Mr. Powell's class. So what was your theme and what was the shape of your house?
The theme of my house was modern/contemporary, and the shape of my house was a semicircle and a square.
Now we have Aksh from the Palace class. So what was the theme of your house?
I tried to make a spatial farmhouse with a blend of modern and traditional architecture.
Thank you.
Here we have another student from Mr. Holt's class, Smith. So what would you change for next time modification? For next time's modifications, I would add an extra bedroom on the top floor as only one family could live up there as there's only one bedroom. Thank you.
So here we have Kevin from the Holtz class, and we're going to ask him a question about his house for the architecture project. So can you tell us how many people your house was designed for, like how many rooms there are?
For living, it was only made for one person. Like, it has a pool deck, so it can host like a party. It doesn't have too many bedrooms, so it can only be used just for one person. Just for living, though. Many people can stay in the house, though.
Got it. Another part of this project was that you would be given a scenario and you have to design a house to match the features of that scenario. So here we have Abhijit from the house class. So what was your scenario and how did you meet all the features?
So my scenario was Brampton, Ontario. I had to research a lot about Victorian style houses, so like doors or roofs and much more.
It won many awards, such as the Arts Award. Here we have Smith from Mr. Holt's class. I just forgot the question. He was that innocent kid that
I chose these shapes because.
No. So now we're gonna.
What is wrong with you?
I wanted to make a...
What? Another feature of this project is that you would be given a scenario stuff.
I meant the
House that would match the features of the
scenario. Okay, yeah, you messed up.
You messed up.
She was laughing, okay? She wasn't laughing.
Hello, Centennial. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about photography. And thank you for everyone who sent in some pictures. We got so many and they're all amazing. You can do photography with like the most basic phone, but if you have the professional equipment like tripods, cameras, lighting, dampeners, editing software, etc., use it, but you don't have to. Okay, so we're going to be talking about some of the elements of photography. So to start off, let's talk about lighting. So it's one of the most important elements of photography. It dictates brightness or darkness, tone and mood of your pictures. When controlling your lighting, you can decide the texture, vibrancy of colors, and brightness of your subject. If you use like light to your advantage, you can like turn an okay photo to like a breathtaking photo. When doing photos indoors, where you put your lights impacts your photo greatly. So lighting from the front gives a flat light with shadow in the background. Lighting from the side can create interesting shadows and highlight effects. Backlighting is another interesting type of lighting you can experiment with, and you can use these to make your photos more entertaining and interesting. You can use lamps, phone lights, and many other things to produce the right sort of light. So diffusers, you can use those with indoor lighting. They could be anything to like an umbrella or even like a sheet over top of your light, and this will dampen the shadows and highlights, and it gives your photos more natural light. So when manipulating light, you're basically trying to get the light in a specific spot on your subject. And you can do this by using reflective surfaces, like even like your ceiling can do that, or like diffusers and stuff. Right, next up we have spacing. So this is like basically foreground, middle ground, and background. So that's really just the stuff in the front, middle, and back of your picture. You can use foreground, middle ground, and background in your photos. When you use it, it creates depth in your pictures. Okay, next we have points, lines, and shapes. Points are the spots in the picture that draw your attention. So like the main focus of your drawing, the spot that draws your eye in. Next are lines. So like I'd say 90% of all photos have lines. They can be curved or straight, and your eyes naturally follow them to the main point of your photo. So like it's like taking your viewers on a journey to the most interesting point of your picture. Your eye has to follow it there. And finally, shapes. Shapes are really just what they sound like. They can be polygons, or just humans, animals, trees. And last but not least, here are all of the pictures from our very own Centennial students. Enjoy!
Welcome back to the Centennial channel. My name is Timothy, and today the subject will be snow safety. Number one, make sure you stay off the snow hills and listen to the teachers. And you also don't throw snow at each other. It's not that hard. Don't slip on the ice. And lastly, make sure you dress appropriately. Don't wear shorts or running shoes. I'll see you next time on the Centennial News channel. Bye.
So this is Miss Randall, and she's leading Holiday Hope, Centennial's food drive. Hi, Miss Randall.
Hi, Simran.
So, what gave you the idea of this food drive?
Well, watching the news, I've seen that a lot of people are really in need at this time. This time of the year is always difficult for people who maybe don't have enough money and maybe not a lot of family around. Especially with COVID, it's gotten really worse, so it seemed like a very appropriate time to do something like this.
Yeah. Where is this food going?
We're going to give it to Knight's Table, a sort of downtown Brampton area, so there are a lot of people that will have access.
And so far, how much food do you think you've collected? Like, just an estimate.
In the tally we have so far, we have, it's been our first 3 days, and we have about 620 items.
That's a lot.
It is. We're very proud of our people here at Centennial. They're hoping for pizza parties, but they're also being very generous, and that is awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Pal and Akampreet from the food drive team. So I have some questions for you today. So what made you join the food drive?
Basically, after I figured out that our school was doing a food drive, I really wanted to join because the food drive is helping people who really need it. And especially during COVID, I think a lot of people need the food drive because they can't get work or they can't get access to money in any sort of way. So I think helping the food drive would be like a really good source of helping people. So that's why I joined.
Okay, so how's the food drive going so far?
I think it's going really well. I think like many people are participating and they're like enthusiastic about like bringing in items, and like they're really enthusiastic about like getting the pizza party.
Well, that's amazing. Good luck with that.
Thank you.